I guarantee you are creating toxins, bacteria, viruses in your body and you don't even know it. Through Ayurveda, I'm going to help you understand these lifestyle as well as these food narratives. We'll go deeper if you're in my membership or you decide you want to download the 8-week Ayurveda course. That's something that you can do. But let's talk about some basics right now. One of the most unknown ones from a lifestyle perspective, how you create toxins, amins in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, in your soul, blocking your soul's expression, is through meditation and divination practices. So you want to meditate, awesome. You want to do qigong and tai chi, great. You want to do some breath work, you want to do some chanting, amazing. What you never want to do is do these things directly from an argument, directly from being distracted, watching TV prior, okay? You got to be very, very careful with these mindful practices, okay? In any kind of divination, you don't want to read tarot and do your tarot directly after a fight, directly after grief. You know, you're grieving somebody died, or a habit died, or a pet, or something energetically is dying in your life. You know, I need guidance, and you want to do this in a panic state. These things actually create toxins. They create ama. From an Ayurveda perspective, you got to be careful. There are energetic combinations that block your healing, and they create a pranic leak. Okay. Another one that I'm looking at is sex, masturbation, any kind of mindfulness that is missing or lacking. From an Ayurveda perspective, you want to be careful and make sure that you are not engaging in intercourse or anything that requires your sexual energy that creates babies. All right, that comes from a distracted state. So you don't want to have the TV on in the background if you're going to masturbate. That's what I'm saying. You don't want to have some music and rap or something playing while in the middle of having sex, because that is the energy, that's the frequency vibration. So understand that music carries a lot of frequency. So you don't understand what kind of violence, what kind of frustration, you're listening to music and they're talking about, cheating and betrayal while having sex. You gotta be careful with these things. This will create toxins within your body, your mind, your spirit, within your emotional well-being, your internal temple. And we go with other things like be careful of suppressing any natural urge, okay? Like a sneeze, a sigh. You want to be careful of when you exercise, high intensity wise. All these things will create toxins in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. So it's like, I want to do exercise because I want to get these things out of my mind. Great. Essentially, you actually want to take a moment to pause and get those things out of your mind by walking first, or slowing down your breath, slowing down your heart rate. Distracted eating, okay? Being distracted in any way, shape, or form before you do something that is supposed to nourish your body, like food, like sleep. We look into other things like food. So you eat food, which you want to avoid in order to really create a harmonious balance internally within your body, is anything cold in the middle or prior to eating. Okay, when you go to a restaurant and they give you ice water, I always ask right away, like, can I get water with no ice? You want these things with room temperature. And even then, you really want to drink your water prior. You don't really want to drink a whole glass during or after, because you dwindle the Agni, or the fire inside of your body. When that happens, you can no longer digest, which means that you cannot digest your emotions, your feelings, your experience that you're even having. You're having an amazing experience. You don't fully remember them a week later. This is one of the reasons why. If your Agni was dim, you won't remember the experience. I went out with somebody last week and yeah, we went to here, but I don't really kind of remember the full event. It's not always due to the alcohol you drink. Never mix proteins, okay? Cheese and meat don't mix, period, okay? Yogurt and fruit don't mix. Fruit, anytime you eat fruit, it will die. Understand that? On top of anything, because it takes 20 minutes or so on average to an hour at max, depending on the fruit, depending on the quantity, for it to digest, while dairy takes 4 hours, while meat takes 3 to 6 hours, depending on the meat, depending on how much. And so it will ferment in your body and will create a disharmonious environment where your spleen, your gallbladder, your liver, all these things will suffer. They try to create bile and things to break down the fats in your body, but it will do so in an irregular way, and you will gain weight and you will get moody and you have a lot of problems internally, and it will be like, what's going on with me? Okay. And so here's my little brief demonstration on Ayurveda foods, the no-nos, the do's and don'ts. Do check out our membership and or the course if you want to get this more in depth, as well as understand that we're going to give out a Q&A for these things where people bring in their live examples, so you included, and they'll be happy to support you through this and be able to join in our WhatsApp group. Other than that, I have a free PDF that you can download. There's a free PDF that gives you some of these do's and these don'ts that I also did not express in detail today. So go on my website, you could download it. That's free for you, and I'll give you a better understanding. Do you want to go further? Do you want to understand more? You can obviously also book a one-on-one reading with me from an Ayurveda perspective. Understand that, like I expressed today, Ayurveda is not just about food and what you eat and diet, although I can help you create diet plans, either a 30-day plan, a 7-day plan, as well as a lifestyle plan. Understand that lifestyle toxins and amas and disruptions and disharmony in your body can impact your ability to create content, your ability to manifest consciously. All these things can get blocked and foggy in the mind when you create toxins. It can start to negatively impact what you do on any given day. You're like, oh, I want to eat this. And it's like, well, do you want to eat that? Or does the bacteria that you've created in the mind, in the heart, want that? All right, I want to date and love this person. I want to enter this relationship. Do you want to enter this relationship at a soul level? Or does the disease, the dis-ease in your body, disharmony in your spirit, in your mind, want to date that person and maintain toxic cycles? So understand that Ayurveda is way more than just the food that you eat, okay? It is all the things that you digest in the environment outside of you and how you nurture the environment within you. So you can come check a one-on-one reading with me. Do download the free PDF. That will give you way more insight. All right. We have an 8-week Ayurveda course. You can download that as well. This is your Ayurveda shaman, Pernell Bobby, bringing shamans back into their brilliance. And Ayurveda is one of the tools that we use as you get deeper and understand, like, it is all over the world. I love you. I thank you for being here. I will see you soon.